Oh, look at my car. It's snowing. It's here, snow here in the UK. Fucking loads of snow. Snows, close the roads, close the schools.
It's slippery.
Well, it is snow. It does tend to be slip. Do you reckon I can get it from here?
No.
I reckon.
You're gonna hit the tail.
Goal.
Tampons out.
Now that is what you call cold. Today, Brad is taking me somewhere, and I don't know where he's taking me. He just said, I've got a surprise for you, and I'm taking you somewhere, and that's all I know. And I asked him what I'd have to wear, and he said tracksuit bottoms. So that's what I've worn. Nutella for breakfast. Morning, boy.
Press 3. All other service inquiries, please press 4. Thank you.
Didn't hear that? No, not me. Again. Yeah. And this isn't even the racetrack. Today is going to be about one thing, and that is whether or not you can maintain a lean physique year-round. And the big debate is whether or not you can stay lean year-round, and whether if it's healthy or unhealthy. In fact, I'd probably say this topic is probably one of the biggest things which is in the fitness industry at the moment, where you're hearing a lot of guys saying that it's not healthy, and the others are saying that it is healthy. But the fact of the matter is, it depends. It totally depends at what way or what you are considering as lean. Because obviously what may be lean for me may be totally different for you. And what may be lean for you may be totally different to your friend Roger. So it depends as to what we class as lean. So what I'm doing here is I thought to myself, right, stuff it, take my top off, let's show these guys the condition that I sort of keep myself in year round. And this is how I look, plus sort of 2% body fat, 3% body fat, minus 2 to 3% body fat, literally 365 days a year. This is how I look. And the reason how I can do this is down to a lot of factors, which I'm going to get onto in a bit. But what you need to understand is that forget thinking about if you can maintain it year round. First you need to get there. You know, the majority will never ever get there because they believe in these 12, 16 months transformations, and of course they can work, but it totally depends where you're at with your body fat levels. The higher you've got, or the more that you're carrying, the longer it's going to take, and a lot of people will never get there because they haven't got the patience and perseverance to get to that level of body fat. And the first time that you do it is the hardest of them all. It's disgusting, it's shit, and it takes a long time. For me, as a fat university student, it probably took me a good 16 months to finally lose the unwanted body fat that I put on at university, to get down to that sort of level. But now, with a little bit of, I would say luck, but it's not luck, a little bit of things going my way in my life, it means that I can probably attain and hold on to that physique a lot easier as to how you could. Yet I'm sure a lot of you watching this now are probably like, oh, it's easy to maintain a good solid physique year round, lean. But it's not. What you don't see is the habits that I've ingrained into my lifestyle over these last 9 years of training. Things like eating healthy 80% of the time, not going out every single weekend and getting absolutely fucked and just, I mean, at 20, but why would you want to go out and get hammered every single weekend? It's like you're not achieving anything from doing that. But of course, if that's your lifestyle and if that's what you want to do, then do it. But don't complain then as to why you can't get into shape or maintain a lean physique year round if you're going out every weekend getting fucked, because it's not going to happen. Let's face facts, it's not going to happen. So when you compare that, or if you look at that, does that look unhealthy? No, and that's relatively lean. I'd probably say my physique there is at around 13% body fat, 14% body fat. Doesn't matter who gives a shit what your body fat percentage is, because no one will ever look at you and say, you're looking 12% or you're looking 6%. They'll either say you look amazing or you look like shit. That's the harsh reality of it. But what I'm getting to is that being bodybuilding lean, we're natural bodybuilders, we'll focus on natural. We're natural bodybuilders are getting down to 8% body fat, 7% body fat. You know, when you're pushing your body into that sort of range, you're pushing it to a place where it doesn't want to be. And a lot of things happen, side effects. When you're that low, it's not sustainable. You cannot stay bodybuilding show lean year round. And if you claim that you can, then you're wrong. You can't. It's not sustainable in the slightest. Your hormones are doing some crazy mental shit that I don't know enough about to go into. Your mood levels are there. They're there, that you don't want to do anything. Sex drive is non-existent. The last thing that you even think about is sex. You are hungry to a degree which you guys watching this will probably never ever experience. You are so hungry that you could eat your left nut. What else happens? It's not sustainable. And being that lean, so the bodybuilder type lean and Dan lean are two completely different things. So is the bodybuilding one sustainable year round? Not at all. Is Dan's? Yes. Say Dan's, I mean mine. Why am I referring myself as Dan? I do not know. But that's what you need to understand, is it totally depends as to what you class as lean. So reverting back to what I said at the start of this video, where I mentioned that, you know, sometimes you have to get lean first before even thinking about getting lean. That's the hardest part. And you can't continue, you know, let's say for example you're at about 20% body fat, which probably, looking at the guys from my gym, which I attend, they are probably at about there, 20% body fat. So it takes a long time to keep dropping body fat, and you can't continuously just keep dropping calories and just cutting and cutting and cutting, because you're going to end up, right, you're going to end up really, really fucking tired. You're going to end up being absolutely bored shitless of doing it. And you can't continue to drop calories. Let's say you start on 2-3. You can't, in week 16, be down at 1-4. Of course, it can work, and you are going with the law of thermodynamics, but it's not going to happen if you keep dropping it, because it's not sustainable. You have to go through phases. Me, for example, I went through phases of maintaining. I had probably about 4 diet breaks within those sort of 18 or 16 months, whatever it was. And it's a process. It's not something that happens in 12 weeks. You can't just buy a fucking plan from an Instagram famous twat and expect to have your body in 12 weeks or 30 days. Fuck off. It's not going to work, and it fucking grinds my gears when people say that. It's not going to happen. It's a longer process than that, and if you can't deal with that, and if you can't deal with the fact that it's going to take a long time, then you've already lost. You're losing the battle already. So where I mentioned that I have a slight advantage over you guys, what I mean is that my metabolism is really fast. It's not really fast. It probably doesn't differ that much to the average Joe. But what I tend to do is that I'm a very active guy. Look, I fidget, I play with my beard all the time. I walk as much as I can. Probably not in this rain because I don't want to get wet. But I train pretty hard. I train 4 times a week. Now, people are really surprised when I say that. They're like, oh, I thought you'd train about 7 or 8. No chance, I don't have time. 4 times a week. If I train 4 times, I'm really, really happy. So I probably train less than the average Joe. But I make the most of my hour at the gym. I don't pussy about. I don't fucking do stupid, pointless shit. I don't waste time, because in that hour and a quarter that I train, I make the most out of it, which is vitally important for me. And that's why I'm really glad that I know what I do with regards to programming, because it is important. Another thing is NEAT. So my NEAT is extremely high. I maintain on 5,000 bloody calories, which to you may sound amazing, but for me it's a pain in the ass. My food bill's a lot more expensive than the average Joe's. And I get fed up of eating. I'm fed up of eating so much food. Is being lean year round unhealthy? It totally depends as to what you class as lean.